In the beginning of this month of March, one of my subscribers sent me this image that's on your screen, and she requested that we do something similar to this. Now this is just a fruity baby for 0 to 3 months, and the course of tutorial will be gathering how to make this bigger, perfect for absolute beginners. Well, Shalom Crochets, welcome to my channel Zero Crochet How To, and a big thank you to all of my subscribers, my channel viewers. Thank you for liking and sharing my tutorials. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel Zero Crochet How To. Now, without further ado, gather all your materials and let's get started and commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established. Proverbs 16 verse 3. Okay, we're going to start working, and these are the materials that we're going to need. We're going to need a scissors, a stitch markers, a darning needles, and a measuring tape to take a measurement. So let's get started. Okay, we're going to start working, and this is my crochet hook, the 2.5. I'm going to start by creating our slip knot. So that ring inside your hook. So you're going to yarn over to make a chain and pull through. This one. And you're going to keep going until this chain measures the baby's full chest. Alright, the measurement on the screen, so keep on working. Okay, I have my chains completed. Now once you have your complete number of chains, you're going to go ahead and add one to that chain. This is your turning chain, and this pattern is worked in multiple of 2 in an even number, so you should have an even number. We're going to start working from the second chain. We're going to make a single crochet, so you're just going to turn your chain like this, and we're going to work in this loop here. So just go there inside your hook, and we're going to start with a single crochet in each of those chains. So pull through and go into the next and make a single crochet, 2 loops, pull through. You go into the next inside your hook, make a single crochet, and you pull through. Single crochet, yarn over, 2 loops, and pull 2 loops. And you can as well just work here. Alright, so keep on working. Okay, I've completed my single crochet row, and you can see the effect it gives us on both sides. We're going to start the pattern row. We're going to work this in the most stitch. So to begin, you're going to chain 2, 1 and 2. I'm going to turn your work. You're going to come to the next stitch, insert your hook, both loops, and you're going to make a single crochet. You're going to chain 1. You're going to skip 1 stitch, skip the stitch, and come to the next, insert your hook into the next stitch, and make a single crochet. You're going to chain 1, skip 1 stitch, and come to the next and make a single crochet. You're going to chain 1, skip 1 stitch, come to the next stitch, and make a single crochet, and chain 1, skip 1 stitch, and come to the next stitch and make a single crochet. You're going to chain 1 and repeat this sequence all through and on middle for the next part of our work. Now when we get to this, at the end of this row, you see we have 2 stitches left, 1 and 2. We're going to go ahead and chain 1 and skip the stitch and come to the last stitch and make a single crochet in that last stitch. And that's how we complete the first row. You're going to start, and now we're going to start the next row. You're going to chain 2, 1 and 2. I'm going to turn your work, and now we have chain 2 here, and we have this chain 1 space here of the previous row. So you're going to go in that chain 1 space and you're going to make a single crochet. You chain 1, and I'll advise you to just insert a stitch marker. See, in this chain 2s here, just put your stitch marker there. And you chain 1, you skip that single crochet, you come in the chain 1 space and make a single crochet. You chain 1, You skip the single crochet, come in the chain 1 space and make a single crochet. You chain 1, skip the single crochet and come to the chain 1 space and make a single crochet. You chain 1, you skip the single crochet, come to the chain 1 space and make a single crochet. So keep on working. Now when we get to this other end here, we have the single crochet and the chain 2 space, and here we already chained 1, so you're going to come in that chain 2 space and make a single crochet. And this is how we complete this row number 2. We're going to go ahead and start the 3rd row. You're going to always chain 2, always. So 1 and 2, and from now this is going to be a repeat row. You're going to turn your work and you're going to come into that chain 1 space. Here we have it. Go into that chain 1 space and make a single crochet and chain 1, and you can as well just insert the stitch marker into that chain 2 space. Just put it there. All right, and you skip the single crochet and you make a single crochet into the chain 1 space, and this is just going to be a repeat. A single crochet, and you see we're working just in the chain 1 space. Good. So this is going to be a repeat pattern. I've been working on this one. I've just put it like this. It's a stitch that comes inside. So what I did here in my foundation chain, I added 2 more centimeters at the edge, and I have my 20 centimeters a little bit above, and at the front on my foundation row here I did extra 2 centimeters. Right, I did 22 centimeters. That's because the stitch kind of shrinks in, and this measures exactly 4 centimeters, and I did a total of 8 rows here. Now we're going to start decreasing so we can shape the neckline. So you're going to go ahead and chain 2, 1 and 2. You're going to turn your work. You're going to skip this chain 1 space and skip this single crochet and come into this second chain 1 space here, and you're going to make a single crochet, and you're going to chain 1, and you're just going to repeat your pattern. We're going to be decreasing side by side or meet on the other end, so keep on working. Now when we come at the end of this row, we have the single crochet and we have the chain 2 here. This is the chain 2. So you are not going to chain 1, just keep the single crochet and come in that chain 2 there and make a single crochet. To begin the next row, you're going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and turn your work. And here you're going to skip that single crochet, skip it, and come and work in that chain 1 space. Here we have it. Go there and make a single crochet and chain 1. I'm going to repeat your pattern, and I'll meet you at the other corner. And now when we get to this other end here, we have the single crochet and we have the chain 2. So we end with a single crochet, no chaining of 1, skip that single crochet and come and make a single crochet here. So you always end having 2 single crochet together. Chain 2, 1 and 2, turn your work. I'm going to repeat this sequence. So you skip that single crochet and come in that chain 1 space and make a single crochet. You chain 1, and you're just going to repeat this sequence. We get to this end here, we have a single crochet and chain 2. We're going to go in the chain 2 and make your single crochet, and you're going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and turn, and you're just going to put this sequence. You skip the single crochet and start working that chain 1 space, and you chain 1, and so you're going to you're going to keep on making reductions until you have your neckline measurement. So I'm just going to be repeating on both sides. See, begin to form. Okay, here we have obtained our neckline, and we have exactly 10 centimeters. From now we're going to start working without any reductions. we're going to just start reducing from here. So you're going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and turn your work. And now if you check well, you're going to see that this is the chain, this is a single crochet, and there's a single crochet. So this is what we're going to do. You're just going to take it off and just loosen it back. All right, so we're going to chain 1 and single crochet, and instead of doing a reduction here, you're going to chain 1 and skip that single crochet and come and make your single crochet. All right, and this is helpful. This is going to help us to start the next row. So you're going to chain 2 and turn. Now from here, no more decreases. So you're just going to come now and just repeat your pattern. Chain 1 and you're going to keep on working, and I'll meet you on the other side. And we get here, you're going to chain 1 and skip that single crochet and make your single crochet. And you're going to chain 2. So from here, no more decreases. We're just breathing now until we get to the top, to our collarbone, right, the length. So you're going to keep on working until you get to your collarbone. So keep on working, and I'll meet you for the next part of our work. Here we have obtained our length, and we have a total of 11 centimeters. 11 centimeters, and the neckline gives us 10 centimeters. And we're going to go ahead and make 2 pieces exactly like this, exactly. So we're going to put them like this. I'm going to start sewing by the sides here. And now I'm going to use this single crochet row for my point of reference. You see the rough part is going to be inside, and this smooth part is going to be what is going to be showing. And the same. And we're going to sew and stop where we started to decrease. So we started to decrease here. We're just going to stop there. Good. For the next part of our work, you're going to come here, just below here, and I have a yarn, just bring in the yarn, and go ahead and chain 1. In that same space, you're going to make a single crochet. Now we are working on the right side, and you're going to make a single crochet. So you're making a single crochet in each of those spaces. So single crochet, you want to work along material, you come here, you make a single crochet, come just go there, in each of those spaces you make a single crochet. Now when you get here, you're going to make a long chain that is going to help you attach it to the back here. So I'm going to chain until I have 9 centimeters. So 1, 2, 3, This gives me exactly 9 centimeters my chain, and I did a total of 17 chains here. So I'm going to come behind here, and this is your very first stitch here. That was a chain two. So you're just going to go in there and connect it with a single crochet. You see, and now you're going to work also on this other line. So in that same space, you're going to make a single crochet and a single crochet and a single crochet. Keep on working single crochets and I'll meet you here. And oh, you get here, you're just going to come in that first single crochet and slip stitch there and chain one. To begin the next row, you're going to single crochet in that same stitch, single crochet, and this is our second row of single crochet. You're going to keep on making single crochet and I'll meet you where we have our chains. Again, and I'll get here, and there's our chain here. Just try to turn the chain. I'm going to find those back loops and work in it. I see the middle loop. Just go there. Good. It's going to take some time. See, here we have it. So you're working there, just as we did in the beginning. And now you're just going to go in each of those stitches now and make a single crochet. That's why I cannot give those. So you're going to repeat this second round, and I'm going to make a third round, and that'll be that, right? So this is a second round, and we're going to meet for the next part of our work. I'm going to repeat the same thing for the other side, right? So keep on working. And here we go, we have a beautiful halter top, and I want to take the length. It gives us 15 centimeters. Now we're going to start working on the skirt part. So either way is going to be the back of your dress. This is going to be my back. So you just need to look anywhere behind any stitch. So I'm in the center hook there. I'm going to go ahead and chain 4, 2, 3, and 4. And this chain 4 stands for a double crochet and a chain 1 space. In the same space, you're going to go ahead and make one more double crochet. So we're working in the V stitch. Yarn over, come into the next stitch, and you're going to make a double crochet plus chain 1 plus a double crochet in that same space. This is a V stitch. Yarn over, come to the next stitch, you're going to make a double crochet, chain 1 plus double crochet in that same stitch. Crochet one more time, yarn over and come to the next stitch inside your hook there, and make a double crochet, chain 1 plus a double crochet in that same stitch. You're going to repeat this all through, making a V stitch in each stitch, and I'll meet you at the end of this round. So keep on working. To end this round, we're going to count 1, 2, 3, and that chain. I'm going to slip stitch, and here we have the chain 1 space. You're going to go in the chain 1 space, and this way we're going to start the next row, slip stitch in there. I'm going to chain 4, 2, 3, and 4, and that same space you're going to make one more double crochet. Good. You're going to come to the next V stitch, the part of V stitch. You're going to make a V stitch, so double crochet, chain 1 plus the double crochet. You come to the next V stitch and make a V stitch, which consists of a double crochet plus a chain 1 plus a double crochet. I'm going to put the sequence all through this round, working just in a V stitch, making one V stitch in each V stitch. So I'm going to go ahead and open this and I'll meet you for the next part of our work. To end this row, we're going to do the same way. Slip stitch on that chain, and that chain 1 space, slip stitch, and we're going to chain 4, 2, 3, and 4, and we're just going to repeat the sequence until we have the length. So in that V stitch, you make a V stitch, chain 1, and double crochet. And over into the V stitch, you make a V stitch, into the V stitch, you make a V stitch. Good. And you're going to keep working until you achieve the length of your skirt. Alright, so go ahead and keep on working. And this is for the person that wants to change color. In that same space, right, in the same space, I just go there and I bring in my next color. And chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I just start working. Double crochet, and I just repeat my pattern. So I just thought of showing this. To the person that wants to change color. Alright. So keep on working on the length of your skirt. We're going to make those borders together. So this is the last row. We do this after we've achieved our length. So you just come here, make a double crochet, make the second double crochet. On the second double crochet, you're going to chain 2, 1, and 2, and come in these loops, right? These loops here, couple loops. I'm going to make a slip stitch, and yarn over into the same space. You're going to make another double crochet. Okay, so it's this picot stitch. Come in the next V stitch, you make a double crochet, and the second double crochet. On the second double crochet, you're going to chain 2, and those 2 loops just here like this, you're going to make a slip stitch, and yarn over into that same space. You're going to make one more double crochet. Crochet one more time. Come here, make number 1 double crochet, yarn over, you make number 2 double crochet, and you chain 2, 1 and 2, and so the number 2 double crochet, then you're going to make your peacock, and so the number 2 double crochet, then you're going to make your peacock, and yarn over and into the same space, you're going to make your horse. And yarn around and into the same space, you're going to make your last double crochet. I'm just going to slip stitch, not touching, and you're going to fasten off your yarn and make sure that you within your ends. And I did a total of 21 rows here. And thank you so very much for working with me. I just went ahead and inserted these flowers. I have the full tutorial of this on my YouTube channel, Zoe Crochet Out. And yep, Zoe Crochet Out. So I'll be inserting the link to those flowers in the description box below. And the next tutorial, you need to continue the part 2. So we're going to make a second dress in the next tutorial. And if you're still at home mom like me, I encourage you to work from home and break up less is the work of your hands. And if you also have an image you want us to work on, kindly send me that image via WhatsApp, and by the grace of God, we're going to make that happen. I'll meet you in the next tutorial. Till then, God bless us and keep us and prosper the work of our hands. Shalom.